Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's start solving another problem, HackerRank problem. Okay, so this problem is entirely based on the dictionary and maps. Okay, uh, so what is the problem we are trying to solve? Okay, so the problem is given n names and phone numbers, we need to create a phone book. Okay, that will map a name, okay, to their respective phone numbers. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to create a phone book, right? So which will map a name and the phone number. Okay, and there can be n number of names. Okay, after that, so what is use of it? So they we will be given one names. Okay, unknown number of names. Okay, unknown number of names, so it can be any number. Okay, to query the phone book. Okay, so for every name um, that is present in the query, we should print the phone number. Okay, for that particular name, what is the phone number? So, and it should be printed in the form of this particular line. Okay, name is equal to phone number. Okay, and if the name is not found, then we need to say not found. Okay, next, so let's try to understand the inputs. Okay, so input, what are the inputs? The first thing is the integer. Okay, let us write it down. Okay, so first thing is the inputs, right? So one is again number n. Okay, what is that? Basically it will be the denoting the number of entries in the phone book. Okay, so the number of entries in the phone book, number of entries in phone book. Then next, you have each of the n subsequent lines. Okay, so you will have subsequent lines. Okay, describes an entry in the form of two space separated values, okay, on a single line. So what will happen? So after n like this, so this is your n, right? Then you have subsequent lines where every line will have a name and a phone number. Both of them are separated by a space, blank space. Okay, so this is one entry, Sam, whatever the number, and Tom, another number, Harry, and another number. Okay, so so you have three entries. Okay, so you need to read after the first line, you read, right? So the number, so you will have that many number of lines which will have the phone book entries. Okay, and then after that there will be unknown number of entries. So that is very important. So that's in the problem. Okay, so you cannot miss these things. Okay, so unknown number of names, so it can be a number of names. User can enter any number of names. Okay, so here in this case is entered Sam, Edward, and Harry, 3. Okay, so each one of them we need to read. Okay, and the output would be, so first, so we need to find, so these are the unknown number of entries which will be given. Okay, and it has to read that particular name and check in the phone book. So where is phone book is a map, right? So we need to search in the map. Okay, and check it. If the name is found, then we need to print like this. Okay, so Sam is equal to 991, because see, this is the phone book, right? This is a phone book. So Sam is found. That's the first entry, right? And the second entry is Edward. If you see, Edward is not present in the phone book, so you should print not found. Then you have Harry is equal to 122. So whatever the Harry, right? So Harry third name, it is found, and you should actually print the number, the found, so whatever the name is equal to the phone number. Okay, so so what are the tasks we need to do here? So first is we need to read the number of entries in the phone book. Okay, then second thing is to read the phone book entries. Okay, so right now, so let's say you have this is a map. Okay, so this is your map, and you will have this is a phone number, right? So this is a phone number, right? So this is phone number, and these are the names. So this entire thing is a phone book, right? So what will come? So first, so the following lines, the consecutive lines, so you'll have n, say for example n is equal to 2. Okay, so then you will have two phone book entries, right? Say for example Ram is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, sorry, it's not, it should be blank. Okay, so Ram, a blank space, and the number, right? Say you have Sita, then you have blank 2 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So you have two entries, phone book entries. So Ram will go here, and Sita will go here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 2 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So these are the phone number, right? So so this is the second thing is we need to read this phone book entries. The third thing, okay, so unknown number of entries. So for example, it could be I want to search Ravana. Okay, then Hanuman. Okay, then I will search for Ram. Okay, so for Ramana, if you see, there is no phone book entry, right? So in this case we should print not found. Okay, so in this case Hanuman is also not there. We'll say not found, right? Then Ram is there, so we need to print Ram is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So this is the problem, right? So what we need to do, we need to read and store the phone book entries into a map. So that is one requirement, first requirement. Okay, so you should make sure that you have to follow that. Okay, so now let's go to the code and see what has been already given. So we need to understand what the code is already present, right? Okay, let's move on to the code. Okay, so this first line is your standard input, basically, which is your keyword. So you are reading it from you're basically creating a scanner object which represents your standard input, right? Then you have this here, read the n. Okay, so this is your n, so number of phone book entries, right? Then in next for loop, okay, so we are going to read the phone book entries. Okay, next. So here next thing is you are going to read the name. So Sam. Okay, so Sam. So here you need to use next. Okay, so it will give, basically it will give the next item in the particular line. Okay, and okay, so which is basically ending with a space. Okay, so next will give you what, the name, right? So in this case Sam, right? So the next thing is your integer. The phone book is an integer, right? So you're calling it as a next state, right? So now I've got the name and phone. Okay, so now we need to create this entry into the phone book. Okay, so we don't have a phone book right now, so let's create a phone book. Okay, so what is a phone book? A phone book is a map, right? Okay, so what is a map? A map. So how do you create a map in Java? So map, so first thing is your key, right? And other one is the value, right? So what is key here? The name, right? So which is stop type string. Then you have the value, which is the phone number, right? So we can give it as an integer because it is an integer, right? So let's have the phone book object is equal to, we need to create a HashMap object, right? So let's call it as a string comma integer, right? So this is done. So you have created a phone book object. Okay, so let's start pushing these phone book entries, right? So whatever you read into the phone book. So what is the elements you are going to push? Name comma phone, right? So basically you are insert the phone book, okay, insert the name and phone number into phone book, right? Okay, so next, so we need to read unknown number of what, queries, right? They call it as queries. What is that? Unknown number of names. Okay, unknown number of names, which are the queries, right? Unknown number of names, sorry, names, right? So now so you got a name here, right, where it is in this variable name, yes, right? So let's call it as name instead of yes. Okay, then we need to search. Okay, search the name in phone book. Okay, how are you going to do that? So basically you are going to call a get function, right? Which is a function which is used to retrieve the key value. So where is the name? Name is stored as a part of a key, right? Okay, so now so what is the name? So the key, right? Key of the map is basically your name, okay, and the value is the phone number, right? So you need to search. So you can iterate through all the entries of the phone and search, but that is not required, right? See, map as a function called as get. Okay, so get key basically, which will obtain the key. Okay, what if the key is not there? So if key is not there, it will return null. Okay, so what does that mean? Say for example, let's search for a if. Where is the phone book? It is in this particular function, right? The phone book variable, right? Dot get object, and you need to pass the name, right? What is the name? It is in the variable name, right? So let's call this, okay, let us put this into, okay, so let's look at this help of this function. Okay, so what does this do? Returns the value to the specified key is mapped or null, right? So here we can check if it is null. Okay, if it is null, what does that mean? That means name is not present, right, in the phone book. Else you need to print that name is found, okay, or whatever the format that has been specified, right? So what is that? Let's go and check that. Okay, so you need to print in this format, sam is equal to, okay, so let's first put this not found condition, system dot out dot println println. Okay, so you need to match these strings, yeah? Otherwise HackerRank will throw error that your test case has failed. Okay, so I'm just copying it from there. Next, if it is found, system dot out dot print ln. Okay, so what is the first thing you need to print? You need to print the name, phone book dot so actually there are multiple ways of doing it. See, there are a lot of functions, right? So you can use this get key. Where is get key? Contains key. Okay, okay. So when the entry is found, right, so the phone book is entry is found, we need to print in this format, right? So the first thing is, see the name, right? So the name itself is already present in this variable name, right? So you can simply take that and print that itself. Okay, name is equal to, okay, let me put this name plus, so you need to have a equals in between, then you need to call phone book, you need to get the phone number, right? So okay, phone book dot get, pass the name, okay, so you'll get that number. Okay, so that's it then. So you could have done this one more thing which I need to do. Okay, this I could have done it in a different way as well. So phone book dot contains key. Okay, so that also I could have done. Okay, so what does contains return? It will return boolean. Okay, if it is true or false. Okay, if is equal to false, right? So you could have used this condition as well. So if it is false, okay, basically this is a name. If it doesn't, if the element, the name is not found in the phone book entry, then you are going to get this particular not found, right? So I'm going to go back, revert back to this get name. Okay, and let's run this. That's it, the program is done. Now we need to get the output. So let's run the code. Okay, run code. See, it is solved. Was shot itself, it is solved. Okay, simple. So now we need to submit the code and see if it runs for various different conditions. Okay, so HackerRank will run through different test cases. Okay, so if we need to solve the problem completely, then we should go through all the test cases. Okay, let's submit it. So it is running the test cases. Okay, let's see. So all of them are pass. Simple. Done. You have solved the problem. Okay. So you are saying that you understood this, right? So we are, how are you going to store the entries? Basically, the idea of this problem was to make us understand the phone book. Sorry, the maps, right? Maps or hash maps or dictionaries, right? So this is where you are going to add the entry, their name and phone number into the map. So then we need to retrieve the key and values. Okay, so here we are going to do that here, right? So we are retrieving the value from the phone book using the key as a value. Okay, that's all. Let's meet in the next problem. Thank you.